Details. Morning, Candice.
Good morning, Rebecca. Well, we've had sizzling hot temperatures over the interior over the last couple of days. In fact, heatwave conditions settle in for much of the week. But despite that hot and dry weather, we're still seeing thunderstorm activity into the afternoon. Here's what Monday afternoon and evening looked like. You'll see a number of large thunderstorms flaring up very late over northern Gauteng, spreading through to the southern part of Limpopo. And we also saw a very active afternoon over Mpumalanga. Now, heading off to social media, you'll see that we had a spectacular electrical storm in Bombela. Here's a thunderstorm that brought in about 10 millimeters of rainfall with some beautiful lightning over the city. You'll also see lightning in Hartbeespoort Dam, and those are those large thunderstorms that you saw over the northern part of Gauteng. Now today we're expecting a similar day with heatwave conditions persisting over the central and northeastern part of South Africa. It's going to be a scorching hot Christmas day across the interior with a warm day along South Africa's coastline, and then as we head into the second part of the day, we'll see isolated thundershowers forming over the northeastern and eastern part of the country. We'll see a bit of cloud building up over the southwestern parts in the second part of the day, with a cold front expected to arrive on Wednesday. Here's your rainfall probability map for Tuesday, with isolated thundershowers in the northeast, as well as through to KwaZulu-Natal and the interior part of the Eastern Cape. With that thunderstorm activity, the SA Weather Service have issued a watch of the possibility of severe thunderstorms. It includes Mpumalanga, Limpopo and the northern part of KwaZulu-Natal, where we could potentially see large hail and damaging winds. They've also issued a high fire danger warning over the northern part of South Africa, with runaway fires possible. And there's the advisory for heatwave conditions that extends over a large portion of South Africa's interior, with very hot weather persisting at least until Thursday. Here's a look at your Christmas Day weather forecast in detail, with a sizzling hot day into Gauteng, 36 and 38 for Johannesburg and Pretoria, with a chance of thundershowers. Vryburg and Mahikeng at around 40 degrees, Bombela topping 34, and Ermelo and Polokwane both at 32. You'll see a dry and sizzling hot day for the Free State, with highs in the middle and upper 30s, 37 for Ladysmith, 30 degrees for Pietermaritzburg, with thunderstorms throughout KwaZulu-Natal as well as into Mthatha and Komani at 28 and 32 degrees, but with a dry day for Makanda and Bishu both at 29. We're expecting hot weather for Durban and Richards Bay, both in the low 30s, with a moderate to fresh northeasterly wind. You'll see a light southerly breeze for Port St John's, 27 and partly cloudy for Port Elizabeth and East London, with a moderate southeasterly wind, and we're expecting a 2-meter easterly swell along the east coast. Hot over the southern part of South Africa, with highs in the low and middle 30s. You'll see a warm day as we head towards the coastline, with a light to moderate southerly breeze for Plettenberg Bay and Jeffreys Bay, with a southeaster for Muscle Bay, and westerly winds from Muizenberg through to Cape Agulhas, with a 2-meter southwesterly swell along that southern coastline. A scorching hot afternoon is in store for Uppington and Prieska, as well as Kimberley, all at around 40 degrees, 35 from Carnarvon all the way through to Colesberg, with a sunny day throughout the Northern Cape. Along the west coast, we're expecting a moderate westerly wind for Lambert's Bay and Langban, with a northwesterly wind for Cape Town ahead of a cold front at 27, with a 2.5-meter southwesterly swell. It's a spring high at the moment, which means very dangerous beach conditions, especially if you're heading out into the ocean. Make sure that you're only swimming in an area with lifeguards, because we will see very, very strong rip currents, which of course poses a danger for anyone heading out into the water. On Wednesday, you'll see that hot weather continues over South Africa's central and northeastern interior. Thundershowers remain in the forecast over the eastern parts, with the possibility of rain due to a cold front in the Western Cape. On Thursday, we're expecting showers over the western and southern part of South Africa. A few degrees cooler over the interior, but still hot into Thursday. And then you'll see thunderstorms from Mahikeng all the way through to the east coast. That's all from the Weather Centre for now. I'll be back again with more of your Christmas weather later on.